Have you ever wondered why Japan experiences so many earthquakes? Japan's geographical position is nestled within the Pacific Ring of Fire, a notorious hotbed for geological activity and the most dynamic area on our planet. This prime location is the key to the puzzle, significantly contributing to the high frequency of earthquakes that Japan endures. Unraveling the connection between Japan and its seismic activities is no small task, but it's a fascinating one. Understanding Japan's geographical location sets the foundation for our journey through the history of earthquakes in this country. To understand the full story, we must travel back in time to ancient Japan, a period of history where seismic events were as much a part of life as the changing seasons. The earliest recorded earthquake in Japan dates back to the 7th century, specifically in the year of 684 during the Hakuho period. This earthquake, known as the Hakuho earthquake, was a significant event not just for the physical disruption it caused, but for the light it shed on the seismic activity of the region. For the first time, scholars and scientists had a concrete event they could study and analyze. It provided a glimpse into the immense geological forces at work beneath the land of the rising sun. The Hakuho earthquake was a moment of profound revelation, a seismic beginning that would shape the understanding of earthquakes in Japan for centuries to come. Historical records from this time period, inscribed in ancient texts and etched in the collective memory of the people, began to tell a story of a land in constant motion, a land that danced to the rhythm of the Earth's heartbeat. These records became the foundation for future studies, shedding light on the frequency, intensity, and impact of these seismic events. They offered a window into the past, helping us understand not just when and where these earthquakes occurred, but also how the people of the time responded and adapted. This marked the beginning of Japan's long and complex relationship with earthquakes. Fast forward to the mid-19th century. Japan faced a series of devastating earthquakes known as the Ansei Great Earthquakes. These seismic activities were not just isolated incidents, but a series of powerful earthquakes that rattled the country from 1854 to 1855. The term Ansei denotes the era in Japanese history when these earthquakes occurred, a time that was marked by significant shifts in Japan's social and political landscapes. The Ansei Great Earthquakes resulted from the tectonic activities along the subduction zones where the Pacific Plate dives beneath the Eurasian Plate. This catastrophic event was not limited to a single quake, but comprised three major earthquakes. The first one struck on December 24, 1854, off the coast of the Kii Peninsula, followed by the second one in the Nankai region on December 31st, and the third one, the Ansei Edo quake, rocked Edo, now Tokyo, on November 11, 1855. The impact of these earthquakes was profound and far-reaching. They caused massive loss of life and widespread destruction. The death toll rose to the tens of thousands, and many more were left homeless. Entire towns were leveled, and the ensuing tsunamis added to the devastation, washing away what the Tremors had spared. But the Ansei Great Earthquakes did more than just shake the ground. They shook the very foundations of Japanese society. In a time of political upheaval, these natural disasters exacerbated social unrest, contributing to the end of the Tokugawa shogunate and the dawn of the Meiji era. Moreover, these earthquakes spurred scientific interest in seismology in Japan. The need to understand and predict such disasters led to the development of the Seismological Society of Japan in the late 19th century. So, while the Ansei Great Earthquakes brought destruction, they also brought about change. A change in political power, a change in societal structures, and a change in scientific understanding. And as we delve deeper into the seismic history of Japan, we continue to uncover the profound influence of these events on the nation's evolution. The Great Ansei earthquakes were a grim reminder of the destructive power of natural disasters. The 20th century was a seismic century for Japan, with significant earthquakes that shaped the nation. Japan's 20th century history is scarred by two major earthquakes that shook the nation to its core. The first was the Great Kanto earthquake in 1923. It was a catastrophic event with a magnitude of 7.9, which devastated Tokyo and Yokohama, causing widespread destruction. This earthquake, coupled with the ensuing fires and tsunamis, resulted in the loss of over 140,000 lives. The magnitude of this disaster highlighted the vulnerability of Japan's densely populated urban areas to seismic activities. Barely 7 decades later, the nation was rocked again by the Great Hanshin earthquake in 1995. Striking near the city of Kobe, this earthquake registered a magnitude of 6.9. It caused extensive damage to infrastructure, including highways, railways, and port facilities, leading to severe economic losses. More than 6,000 people lost their lives, and countless others were displaced. These seismic events were not just disasters, but turning points, prompting Japan to re-evaluate its approach to earthquake preparedness and response. In the wake of the Great Kanto earthquake, Japan instituted a national holiday, Disaster Prevention Day, to raise awareness about disaster preparedness. After the Great Hanshin earthquake, the Japanese government established the Disaster Countermeasures Basic Act, which outlined the roles and responsibilities of government entities during disasters and emphasized the importance of swift and coordinated response. The 20th century's earthquakes also spurred advancements in seismic research and technology. Japanese scientists pioneered the development of earthquake-resistant construction techniques and early warning systems. Schools, offices, and homes across the country conduct regular earthquake drills, and public education campaigns stress the importance of individual preparedness. The scars of the Great Kanto and Great Hanshin earthquakes remain etched in the collective memory of the Japanese people. They serve as stark reminders of the nation's vulnerability to seismic events and the importance of preparedness and resilience. The 20th century's seismic events heightened Japan's focus on earthquake science and safety measures. The 21st century brought new seismic challenges to Japan, most notably the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. This catastrophic event is etched in the memory of the world, not just for its devastating impact, but also for the lessons it imparted on the necessity of vigilance and innovation in earthquake preparedness and response. The Tohoku earthquake, with a magnitude of 9.0, was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded to have hit Japan and the fourth most powerful in the world since modern record-keeping began in the early 20th century. It occurred off the northeastern coast of Japan, with the epicenter approximately 70 kilometers east of the Oshika Peninsula of Tohoku. But what caused this colossal event? It was the sudden release of stress that had built up due to the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the North American Plate. The resulting tsunami waves reached heights of up to 40 meters, traveling up to 10 kilometers inland. The effects were cataclysmic. Entire towns were wiped out, and in some areas, the landscape was permanently altered. Over 15,000 lives were lost, and the damage reached an estimated $235 billion, making it the costliest natural disaster in world history. But the disaster didn't end there. The tsunami triggered a nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to a release of radioactive materials. This was the most severe nuclear accident since the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, and it added a whole new terrifying dimension to the catastrophe. The Tohoku earthquake and its aftermath were stark reminders of the need for ongoing vigilance and innovation in earthquake preparedness and response. They highlighted the importance of robust building codes, early warning systems, and community education. They underscored the necessity of learning from past events to better predict and cope with future quakes. The Tohoku earthquake was a stark reminder of the ongoing seismic threat Japan faces. It stands as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the Japanese people, their resilience, and their unyielding determination to learn, adapt, and prepare for the future. As we have seen, Japan's history is interwoven with the story of earthquakes. Our journey began with an unsettling question, leading us to explore the seismic origins of the island nation. We understood how the geographical location of Japan, perched precariously on the Pacific Ring of Fire, makes it a hotspot for seismic activities. This geographical inevitability has been a defining characteristic of Japan's history and culture, shaping its resilience and innovation in the face of repeated natural disasters. We then travel back in time to the mid-19th century, to the era of the Great Ansei earthquakes. These were a series of powerful earthquakes that struck the region, causing widespread devastation and loss of life. Yet, they also led to significant advancements in Japan's understanding of earthquakes and their aftermath. Moving forward, we explored the Seismic Century that followed, marked by numerous notable earthquakes. Each of these seismic events etched deep impressions on the nation's collective memory, from the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 to the catastrophic Kobe earthquake of 1995. In the face of such adversity, Japan has continuously sought to learn from these experiences, developing comprehensive disaster management strategies and cutting-edge technologies to predict and mitigate the effects of earthquakes. We delved into these lessons and challenges, highlighting Japan's commitment to safe and sustainable living in a seismically active region. While the threat of earthquakes remains a stark reality for the people of Japan, their spirit of resilience and adaptability is undiminished. The nation's journey through centuries of seismic activity is a testament to human endurance and ingenuity in the face of nature's raw power. As we reflect on this journey, we are reminded of the complex relationship between humans and the natural world, a relationship marked by both vulnerability and resilience. In facing these challenges, Japan continues to innovate, adapt, and show resilience in the face of nature's raw power.